This is my tutorial on a kid's placemat with zipper pocket. So the bottom fabric is 18 inches by 11.5 inches. The top fabric is 18.5 inches by 11.5 inches. The top left rectangle where the pocket will be is 6.25 inches by 11.5 inches, and the lining of that pocket is going to be 6.25 inches by 11.5 inches. The zipper is 10 inches long for this project, and the pocket, which I am adding on the side, is 4 inches by 6 inches, and it will be folded over, which is why it's so tall. Then the pull string is 19.5 inches long by 1 inch wide. First, the pull string, putting the fabric right sides facing, you're going to stitch along the edge. When you're done with that, you're just going to take a little safety pin, pull it through, and then tuck it through as you see, with the big part going inwards first. If you do this backwards, it's a lot harder. So once you do that, you push it through and just pull all the fabric as much as you can, making sure it doesn't bunch off. If you need to cut any extra threads, you should do it so that it doesn't bunch up and makes it impossible for you to pull it. Once you're done, put it aside and we'll start the project. My pocket, I put the two pocket pieces with the fabrics right side facing, and I stitched along the edges. As you can see, I did not stitch one of the ends so that I could turn it inside out. The opening of my pocket is going to be the bottom of my pocket, so just make sure your fabric direction is in the right way. So once it's turned inside out, I fold the bottom inwards because I'm going to stitch it closed when I put it on the placemat, and I just match it to where I want to place it on the placemat. I'm going to match it up to the box, and I'm just going to sew it by stitching the sides onto the placemat. So this is the pocket on the placemat. I put little safety pins to keep it in place. You can tell where the opening is at the bottom, and I folded the top over to have a little color and detail to the pocket. And I'm just going to sew the right, left side, and bottom. So here I've done that, and now I'm ready to put my zipper. Now the zipper is a little bit more complicated. I added safety pins so that I would get an idea of how I needed to sew the pocket on. So I'm going to take the little safety pins off so I can show you from the beginning of how to assemble the pocket. So first of all, it's putting the two top pieces together and attaching them to the zipper. As you can tell, my pocket, the left-hand side of the top fabric, needs to be stitched on the zipper, like so. Make sure that the tab for the zipper is in the right direction. Once you've done that, it should look like this. And also look at the pattern of the fabric so you know you're stitching it on right. Do you see how it should look? So now that I've attached the first part of the zipper, is the second part, which is the top lining and the lining of the pocket, which is my pink fabric. So look at where the pocket is in the placemat, the direction of the zipper, and the pink lining. Make sure the right side facing downwards of that pink fabric, and I'm just going to pin it into place. Once I've done that, it should look like so. If I was to open my zipper, you would see that the lining, which is right side facing, is in the inside, and you could close it. And this is what the back should look like. So I'm going to stitch like that. Now, inside lining, zipper, look at the direction of the zipper and the pattern of the fabric. So I've done all my sewing, and this is what the final product looks like. I did 2 stitches because you need to be careful about how close you are to the zipper, because if you do it too loose, it won't look nice. So there's my fabric, zippers, all assembled. And now that I've done that, I'm ready to put the 2 pieces together and put my placemat. So I put the right sides facing together, and I'm going to stitch all around. I just noticed that the corners will need to be trimmed so that you get a nice crisp edge when you turn it inside out. So this is me just cutting the corners. I've stitched all around and left an opening at the top so that I can turn it inside out. I'm going to show you what it looks like. Once it's all stitched around, top stitched, and the adjustments are made, you can see the pocket opens up. I realized I forgot to add the pull string or the tie string, so I needed to go back in, turn it inside out, and on the side where my pocket is, right there, I'm not going to cut the fabric, I'm just going to undo some of the stitching by marking exactly where the half point is and just putting in the tie string inside. The open ends go in through. I mark the middle point of my tie string by using the little safety pin, and I just use that opening to pull it through. So right in the middle, I leave it there. I'm going to put a little safety pin to mark the spot where I need to sew it. So here it is, all sewn. So I turn it inside out, and then I get my tie string and I just tie the edges instead of sewing them closed. Once I've done that, I need to top stitch all around the placemat, and this is what the top stitch will look like. It's about a 1/4 inch all around, and you can really tell in the back what it looks like, the top stitch, and it's pretty much done. Just remove any pieces of thread, and I should have ironed the fabric, which I will do. The only thing is the zipper opening will look like that because the zipper is only 10 inches tall. You have a pocket for your silverware, and once you open that, you can put napkin, you can put fork and spoon, close it, and then just fold it over, and with your tie string, tie it closed, and that's it. You're ready for a picnic day out, and everything is all inside. This is great if you're traveling with kids. Anyways, I hope you like this tutorial. If you do like it, please press like and subscribe to my channel. This is a very cute thing if you're going for a picnic or going to visit someone's house and don't want to get their table dirty.